Well, now. What's in your mind, Sonny? You boys shouldn't be wandering around way past your bedtime like this. You'll get hurt. Now, this is a rough neighborhood. Now, why don't we go home and get some hot milk? Your grandchildren are probably worried about you.
One thing I hate is a smart aleck kid. We better vamoose. We gotta get to Fortuna before they lock up the loot.
All right, I'm coming out. All right, hit a lick.
Six. Point
is six. Make it the hard way. Make it the hard way. Coming on, here you are. A little pair of sixes, boys.
Two six the hard way.
Hold on,
two threes.
I'll do it.
That's
There it is. Hit a lick.
9, 6.
Oh, isn't that nice? It kind of gets you.
What does?
Those nice old guys over there.
Out here.
10.
10.
Hard 10. I'll bet the hard 10.
And the hard 10.
You can do it. Come on.
There's the hard 10, huh?
Hey, look, Lucky, if they drop their roll. Who's getting soft-hearted now?
Oh, listen, it wouldn't hurt us any.
Look,
Come on, concentrate.
Two shiny fives, boys.
They're probably somebody's father.
oh, we could tell them to pick up their marbles and go home.
But they're just having a little innocent fun, that's all. Who wants to play checkers all the time? Come on.
All right.
There you come.
8, and the point is 10.
It'll be a snap. When they close up, they don't have any guards, nothing. And all that loot just sitting there. We'll have Tobe in the boat waiting.
Hold it. Lucky's coming over. Durfee, I told you I didn't want you or your kind on my boat. I want you to take the next launch back.
I'll make the point.
10, a winner.
A winner. Go. Oh!
Get a doctor.
Give him air, folks. Stand back.
What happened?
It is hard. It happened before.
We gotta get him to a quiet place.
I'll send for a doctor.
No, don't do that. It ain't necessary. Just help me get him to a bed.
Andamo, grab his legs.
Right.
Oh.
Yes, sir. That's fine. Be careful with him, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Easy with him.
Yeah. Oh.
All right.
Oh. Oh.
What's the old fella?
Oh.
Oh, poor old man.
Oh.
Sure stuff the checkers.
Freeze, hombres.
Now, you just keep your trap shut, and you won't get hurt. They're clean, kid.
I hope this is some kind of a game.
This ain't no game. It's a stick-up.
Now, Grandpa,
You want to taste this here muzzle, Sonny?
no, sir.
And don't call me Grandpa.
Now, here's what you're gonna do. You and me are going upstairs and pick up your loose change. The boys will keep your buddy down here as a hostage. You know what a hostage is, don't you?
I got a pretty rough idea, yeah.
And don't think that we don't know how to use these. I killed my 5 men before your pappy was born.
Only 5?
Out, you. And don't get tricky.
Promise the man, Lucky, huh? No tricks.
No tricks.
All right, Sonny. Over here.
Sit down.
Say, why don't I dig up a checkerboard while we're waiting, eh? Oh, wow. This is for real.
I'll take over, John.
Boy, I'd wait for the launch, so I figured just well win some of your money.
Very funny.
Leadville, what are you doing here? I thought when you got out of prison, you were going to live in that old-timer's home.
Shut up, boy.
You know who you got here? The Leadville kid, a real bad man. To hear him tell it.
Dang you, Durfee, you got a big mouth.
A real bad man. Would you believe it?
I certainly would.
Well, Leadville, what are you doing here? Are you sticking up the ship like you stuck up those trains in the old days?
That's enough. Let's go.
Everybody off the boat?
Send for the launch, quick.
Rovacs is never going to believe this.
I still don't believe it.
Come on.
No. Now, wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me 3 old men knocked off the Fortuna? 3 geriatric cases walk in and crack the toughest nut in town.
Their guns were young enough.
Aren't you going to do anything about it?
Why? Yeah, that I am. I think I'll have a cup of coffee. Do you want to join me?
Look, they got away with $20,000.
Well, that's certainly augmenting their Social Security, isn't it? Frankly, there isn't very much I can do about it, even if I wanted to. And I really don't want to.
Why not? What, did robbery become legal all of a sudden?
No, not in my jurisdiction. But as you and your attorneys have so often reminded me, the Fortuna is not in my jurisdiction.
All right, then we'll help ourselves. That's why I wanted the mug books in the first place.
Oh, now you wouldn't get mad at an innocent little prank pulled by 3 poor old overage delinquents, now would you, huh?
It may be a little bit difficult, but we'll manage.
Rabbity, bring me in some pretty picture books on robbery, will you? The old type.
No. No. Nope. No. No, wait a minute, that's them.
Are you sure?
Yep, the Leadville kid, Billy Gregg, and Joe Horn.
Yeah.
Well, how do you like that? An antediluvian crime wave. You've only been out of college a couple of weeks.
Prison? What for?
Train robbery, back around the turn of the century. Oh, you guys ought to watch more TV and fewer roulette wheels. You'd know that back at that time, train robbery was quite a diversion. But ship robbery?
Maybe I ought to talk to Chris Durfee.
What's Durfee got to do with it?
Well, apparently he knew the Leadville kid in prison.
Well, if Durfee's got anything to do with this, it's not funny anymore.
I got news I didn't think it was funny to begin with.
Let's go, compadre.
This, after all the dough I dropped at Lucky's tables. I've been working for months on a way to hit him. Right when I'm casing the setup, these 3 old derelicts moved in and take him. Right under my nose.
A phony heart attack. What a cornball routine.
But it worked. For 20 grand, it worked.
I could use a hunk of that.
I'm not interested in no hunks. We're gonna get the whole wad.
You know where they're at?
Well, by now they're out of the state. I know exactly where. You go get the car ready. I'll teach that old windbag how to pull a robbery.
You don't suppose we're going to have to use these, do you?
No, I hope not. But where we're going, they might come in handy.
Where are we going?
See Durfee.
The tough one?
Yeah, the tough one. Maybe we can get a line on his college classmates.
Oh, some fine education.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Saguaro.
There's nobody here. Where do you see a saguaro?
On the pad.
Oh, well, saguaro's a big cactus, you know, like a tree.
It's also a town across the state line. Hey, wait a minute. Durfee mentioned something about a home.
I would say he wasn't the type.
No. An old-timer's home. The State Pioneer's home is in Saguaro, isn't it?
I don't know. I never heard of it.
Of course it is. And one will get you 10. That's where overage delinquents are.
You know, those are very nice out. Yeah, wait a minute. If Durfee knows that.
Oh, yeah. And the old-timers have 20,000 of our money.
Lucky. Look what I found in the other room.
38 specials.
I think our Mr. Durfee is going hunting.
Well, we're going hunting, too, but fast. We're chartering a plane. Come on.
Up an old people's home before.
Well, we'll wait till it gets dark and then go get them. And listen, they may be old, but they used to be tough, so watch yourself. Get the car out of sight.
Right.
Have a cigar, Buck. No, I tell you, it was them James boys. And they wasn't so tough. And neither was Billy Bond.
How do you know, you old liar? You was still chewing pap when Garrett gunned him down.
Back shot him, you mean?
Shot him fair and square. A lot more than he deserved. I should have done the same for you when I brought you in.
Oh, you were lucky. I could have gunned you that same day.
Yeah, well, then why didn't you?
Well, I was tired.
Now, gentlemen, please. We're not sheriffs and outlaws anymore. We're just one big happy family, aren't we?
Have a cigar, Doc.
If and it don't make you sick.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
You've been a lawman as long as I have. You wouldn't take no bribes from these outlaws. Them fellers hardly been out of prison 2 weeks. They're passing out cigars and ice cream around here like they own the place. Where'd you get the money? That's what I'd like to know.
It was the loot from that Oro Grande train robbery back in '02. I told you you'd never find it.
What kind of a place you running around here? Letting these owl hoots come in and take over.
Now, don't get upset, Mr. Krausmeyer. They've paid their debt to the state.
Well, they ain't paid it to me. I put you in prison once before, and I'd just as soon do it again. Doggone it. I was the best marshal this state ever had.
I know that. Everyone's heard of Hyatt Krausmeyer.
Well, they have, huh?
Of course.
Well, then how come they can buy all the expensive cigars they want, and I can't afford none?
Ain't that lucky?
Yeah. Let him make his play. Then we'll hit him.
It's a posse.
Make it to the line shack. We can stand them off there.
Once outlaw, always outlaw. Wouldn't trust them as far as I could throw Lincoln County.
Now, Mr. Krausmeyer.
Dr. Adams, please come to reception.
Excuse me, Mr. Krausmeyer.
You fellers ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Them cigars is probably taken right out of the mouths of widows and orphans.
Oh, of course they're here. Wonderful old fellas. You know, you wouldn't believe it to look at them, but they used to be real, honest-to-goodness outlaws.
We'd believe it.
Would it be all right to talk to them?
Well, I don't see why not. Don't get them excited, though. If there's one thing they can't stand at their age, it's excitement. Right through there, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You looking for somebody?
Oh, yes. Do you know Leadville Kid?
You ain't riding with him.
Well, we're riding after him, eh?
Oh. Railroad detectives?
Well, not exactly.
Now, it's all right, Sonny. I used to be undercover man once myself in my time. So they went and done it again, huh?
Yeah, they went and done it again.
I told everybody, once a owl hoot, always a owl hoot. Well, they ain't here. They skedaddled for the line shack.
The lion shack?
Sure. Don't you know nothing? You always head for a line shack when a posse's after you.
You got a line shack here?
Well, now, actually, it ain't exactly a line shack. Gardner keeps his tools in it, but we got to make do with what we got around here. You want to go get 'em? I'll take you.
Oh, well, maybe you better not go.
Oh, think I can't handle 'em, huh? Listen, Sonny, I was rounding up bad men when you was nothing but
a twinker?
Never mind. Think I can't handle 'em, huh? The old maids around here don't allow no guns. I'd just soon get caught with no pants. Come on.
They're coming.
Hyatt's bringing them.
That's the sickest looking posse I've ever seen.
Now, I'll take the front. You boys cover the windows.
And now, Mr. Crossmeyer, we don't want any violence.
Well, you got your guns, ain't you?
We don't want to use them. Can't we just talk to him?
Talk to him. Listen, son, that there's the Leadville kid gang in there. The meanest bunch of hombres that ever treated town.
But that was a long time ago.
Lucky I'm not so sure.
Well, if you dudes ain't got the belly for it, I'll do it alone. I've done it that way once before.
You don't even know if they're in there.
They're in there, all right, every one of them.
Not everyone.
Well, dang you, Leadville, what you doing out here?
Got the drop on you, ain't I?
You're supposed to be inside. Everybody knows that.
Well, I ain't. Drop your shooting iron. All right. You two hombres look for trouble, ain't you?
Mr. Leadville.
Mr. Kid, all we're looking for is our money.
Oh, that ain't the way. Hombre, drop there. Say, what railroad you boys working for?
Well, can't we just go somewhere and talk this thing over?
Well, it won't do you no good. But okay, inside. All right, put your hands up. You too.
Over there. You fellas are going to swing for this. You can't hold up no railroad and get away with it.
Why, no railroad. It was a boat.
A boat? I never heard of robbing no boat.
Well, I have. Gentlemen, before you do whatever it is you plan to do...
Yeah, just what do you have in mind anyway?
Would you mind telling me why you picked on the Fortuna?
Pretty smart, huh? We figured he could hit you, and there wouldn't be no lawmen after us.
How come?
Law don't much care what happens to a gambling ship.
Well, what kind of lawmen they got nowadays, anyway?
Look, I don't want to get anybody excited or anything, but we'd just like to have our money back.
Please, huh?
You want your money back?
But you can't do it that way.
We don't know the rules. We just want our money back or there's going to be trouble.
And we'd rather have the money than the trouble, huh?
What do you need the money for anyway? You've got a very nice place here.
I'll tell you why they want the money, so they can give away ice cream bars and cigars and eating tobacco, just like they was big shots.
A man's entitled to a little pocket money.
$20,000 worth of pocket money?
Well, I didn't tell him 20,000, but I wasn't about to stop him.
Anyhow, you can't have it back. It's ours.
Now, look here, boys.
Up.
I'm just trying to keep you out of trouble.
They was born to trouble.
Look here. You two hombres have had a long, hard ride for nothing. We earned that money, and it's ours.
No, it isn't. It's mine. All right, boys, drop those tin pipes and hoist them.
Reach for the sky.
What?
I said reach for the sky. That's the way you say it.
I don't care how you say it. Just do it.
You can't pull this off, Chris.
Why not? It's a lot simpler than hitting your ship. These old fools made it easy. Now, where's the money?
I ain't gonna tell you.
You better tell him, Mr. Horn. He's not playing games.
It ain't fair. We worked for it.
Just give him the money. It's more peaceful that way.
Wait a minute. What happens when you get it?
Well, if you hadn't beat us here, nothing. I don't suppose these old 8-balls would complain, but you sort of complicate things. Maybe we'll have to take you along.
Don't give them nothing. If these fellows hadn't bellied up and got the drop on me, you'd look like a screen door by now.
Look, Mr. Crossmeyer, you talk a lot. If you're a sample of the lawman we used to have, it's a wonder Billy the Kid didn't get to be president.
What?
What?
Every time you turn around, someone gets the drop on you. I'll bet you never arrested anybody but drunks.
Yeah.
Now, wait.
All right, shut up! And if he was the man who brought you in, you must have been the saddest bunch of outlaws in history.
Why, listen, young feller.
I said shut up!
Hyatt Crossmeyer was the best sheriff in the West.
He had to be, or he couldn't have brought us in.
A troop of Boy Scouts could hog-tie you in no time at all. If you're Batman, I'm King Kong.
Yeah.
You old idiots, do I get that money or do I start breaking heads?
Get him, Lucky.
That's it?
And that's all.
All right, boy. Good work.
That's okay, Lucky.
Yeah.
He's the boss.
Wells Fargo.
Yeah, well, they're sentimental, you know.
I'm sorry I said those things about you fellas out there, but I figured if I got you mad enough at me, why, you'd give us our break.
Yeah, I figured that was pretty slick.
Say, you can really shoot, Mr. Crossmeyer. You know, popping that gun out of Durfee's hand just like that.
I hate to say this because some people might think I'm getting old, but my eyes aren't so good. I was holding plumb center.
No.
19,981. Where's the other 19?
Oh, now.
It's okay, kid. Cigars go over big?
Well, they was fine. There ain't many of them cigars floating around here.
I'll make you a deal. If you fellas promise to leave the Owl Hoot Trail and go straight, I'll set up the Mr. Lucky State Pioneers Home Cigar Foundation with this brand new $1,000 bill.
I'd better keep that.
Huh?
Maybe Dr. Adams better hold it.
Maybe.
Well, say, you know, they ain't such bad guys. For dudes, I mean.
Now, look, you gotta promise just one little thing, eh?
What?
Now, no bank robberies, no train jobs, no snitching,
Huh? What?
and no shooting.
No shooting?
No shooting.
Oh, shucks.
If you keep on like this, you're gonna get into trouble when you grow up. Come on, partner. Let's vamoose.
That's right. Them's the words.